What is going on, guys, and welcome back to an FC24 video. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a good weekend. This is after title update number 7. So this is during the weekend league. This is the formation I'm rocking, and this is going to be a slightly different video than my normal viewers are going to see. So I'm going to show you an entire gameplay of a FUT Champs game. So it's unedited, it's raw. The only thing I've cut out is the half-time interval. I'm going to show you guys how I play. I'm going to throw in some recommendations during it as well. I don't commentate through the entire thing, purely because I run out of stuff to talk about, because you've all heard it before. However, there are some things that are interesting, some things that have changed, as well as the formation and instructions. So obviously stick around for at the end of the video. I'm going to show you the instructions to these players, but to begin with, let's show you how I've got this team set up. So it's a 4-3-3-4 formation. It is the go-to formation at the minute. It is the meta formation. It's what the pros are using, and if you're at a high division in Rivals, you're going to come across this 9 times out of 10. If you're playing your FUT Champs, you're going to come across this as well a lot. So anyway, there's none of this. This formation counters that one. This is the formation, and if you play it right, it's unstoppable and it's pure domination, as you'll see in my gameplay video. So we're going to go balance, 45-65 balance, direct passing 45, 7 in the box, 2 from corners, 2 from free kicks. Again, as always, guys, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay. Like I say, it is a full video. It is a full 90 minutes. Please watch it in its entirety. So I know this video is going to be slightly different to what my viewers are used to, but I thought it was about time that you saw my complete gameplay, as I don't do live streaming or anything like that. I might do in the future. You'll have to let me know what you think to that. So yeah, it's the 4-3-3-4. It's after patch title number 7. I would have explained, what we were doing all before this started. So anyway, the reason I'm showing you this entire gameplay is because there's a few things since the title update that I think that people need to take advantage of if they haven't already. So the first thing is obviously the second man press. You need to utilize the second man press. So you'll see a lot of situations in this game where we totally dominate the game. It doesn't matter how you look at it or what you're watching. It's you'll see at the end of the stats, it's total domination across the entire 90 minutes. Although there's not many goals in this game, and a lot of this is down to the fact that I'm utilising the second man press, and I'm also utilising the shoulder barge, or I don't know what you want to call it. I think it's called the shoulder barge, where you press and hold the X or triangle button on the PlayStation 5. Don't know what it is for the Xbox. So instead of doing your lunging tackle, standing tackle, slide tackle, you can actually get close to your opponent by holding the X button down. And then what you'll do is you'll put your body in front of your opponent's body. You'll see a few occasions, and I will pick them out to you as well, just to show you how I've been using that. Now, there's certain players that do this better than others, but it's been buffed, so I highly recommend that you use that shoulder barge tackle button, as well as the second man press. So yeah, in this particular game we both played the similar formation. It is the go-to formation at the minute. Concede a penalty, or he concedes a penalty, should I say, and then yeah, we dispatch it. Only goal in the game, so skip this if you want to. Don't watch how I play. It's entirely up to you guys, but I just thought it would be good just to see it in its entirety. Especially when it's a 1-0 game. You don't get many 1-0 games, but since the title update, you can close out games a little bit better, and you can see how this 4-3-3-4 actually works for me. We have basically a 4-5-1 in defence, and you can see that my striker Ronaldo there is, because I've got him, I'll show you the instructions at the end of the video, but because the way I've got him set up, he's a floater, so he'll float from like left to right, middle, come back, go deep, make your runs, which is pretty cool, what you want in this formation. Then my midfield, I hope, is going to dominate my opponent. And you can see that we're leaving it late on the switching before we're tackling, because they've done something to the dribble button as well. It makes it a lot harder to tackle now, so you kind of got to wait for them to run into you, which I think is horrible way to do it. It reminds me of a few FIFAs ago where you basically just stood still and you would run into your opponent. That's very similar to what they've done now. But again, second man press and holding that charge button, that's what I think it's called, the charge button, and holding that charge button down. You don't have to power the charge button up at all, you just have to hold it. You can hold it all the time if you want to. It does get a little bit confusing, especially with, like, if you win the ball back quickly, it's going to auto pass for you and stuff. Here's Alisson, was in crazy good form, by the way. So yeah, that charge button, definitely use that charge button. And then you've got to try and figure out ways of kind of beating the press and then beating that stupid dribble, that R1 dribble, you know, especially from kickoff. But that's, like I say, that's where the beauty of this charge button comes into it. So definitely 100% give that a try. Let me know how you get on with that charge button as well. It's a game changer in my opinion. I know a lot of people say that you should do this, you should do that. Honestly, I'm not a pro. I never claimed to be a pro. I've never told you guys that I'm a pro or anything like that. I do try and test a lot of my stuff before I put it out there. And the best way I've found, and not listening to the other people that are out there doing this, is definitely hold that charge button down when you don't have possession of the ball. Excuse me, because that will make a massive difference to your tackling. So you can see this game was a little bit backwards and forwards. It was weird, it was strange, but you can see that my right back is now moving forward. He's on a run. I'm not playing conservatively at all, but I'm also not playing all out attack. It's very balanced, and I trust my centre backs to keep pace with anybody. But you can see that his striker is actually between my midfield and one of my centre backs, so I've always got him covered. You can see I was running back with the centre back, then I switched to the right back, jockeying these guys into position to make sure they're in the right place at the right time. And then here comes the X button there. You can see it kind of goes in for a tackle, but it's not a tackle. It's just kind of like a weird blocking animation, and that's where the X button comes in. The charge button comes in. Sorry guys, I will have to check on the controls for the Xbox because I cannot remember, but it's the equivalent unless you've changed it. So yeah, we're approaching half time, and we'll get to half time. I don't change anything, get to the second half, and then I'll do some more commentary.
From Best.
What I've also found works really well since the update is going backwards to go forwards, if that makes sense. So you fake to go backwards, you go forwards. For some reason, you're pulling 2 or 3 players out of position, and you've got a little bit of space. It was happening to me a lot over the last 24 hours, and I couldn't understand why. And it was basically I was using the jockey system to get myself into position, and it doesn't work as good as it did, or as good as in previous games. So I was finding that one skill move, my jockey was useless. So I've stopped jockeying. I don't jockey anymore unless I really absolutely have to. I just literally use, now what I use is that charge button more than anything else, and the second man press. That is my defensive. You can see here we've got literally one defender back. I'm not panicking, I'm not rushing anything. I trust Maldini. He's a really good player in this game. I know that if he lost the ball, he has the pace to get back. How I didn't score there, I will never know. But yeah, you have to trust your defenders. You have to. I mean, pretty much by now everybody's got Van Dijk. Ida Militao as well. These are the two that, excuse me, are the best ones to go for. If you obviously don't have the icons or any special players, they are still meta players, and they are more than enough of what you need. So I'm going to leave you guys to watch the rest of this. I'm going to jump back in towards the end, and then I'm going to jump back in and give you guys the instructions to how I set this team up. But I hope this has given you a little bit of an insight into how I play, especially during FUT Champs, because like you can see, this is a FUT Champs video. It's not qualification. It's a proper FUT Champs video. And I'll be interested to see your comments at the end of it, and what you think, or even if you guys think I need to make improvements or try something else. It would be much appreciated. The feedback is always listened to. And yeah, I'm going to jump in at the end.
And into the last 30 minutes now. Best. From national range, it's a great save, I have to say. And played short. Eusebio. Excellent effort. Reece James. And Bellingham. Welbeck. Anderson Talisca. Wonderful stop. It's been a while, but these throws are now coming to life. How do you look at here? Still a chance. Support under pressure. The Dream Destroyers have possession once more. Best. Making it simple for the keeper in the end. Promising move from Destroyers. Slice-hitting ball. Well, that's behind absolutely everyone. Reece James. Salah. Will it open up? Pulls it back. Spot on with that tackle. Graham Hansen. On your goal. Tries to lift it. Oh, he squandered the chance. And he was clean through as well. We're inside the final 15 minutes. Regain possession. Lloris. Joao Cancelo. And it's with Eusebio. Good words on that pass. Handling it back. Putting his body on the line.
As I say, you guys might look at it differently to me, but I felt extremely comfortable. You can see I dominated every stat, more possession, quadruple the shots that he had, passes, passing accuracy, everything was pure domination with that game. If that is not a comfortable FUT Champs game, then I don't know what is. So yeah, let's jump into the instructions. You can see how I use this game, and then we're going to go from there. And you know, so let's jump straight into the instructions on this one, guys. So what we've got, the left back and right back on overlap. They have to be on overlap. That's the only requirement for these. Otherwise, this formation doesn't really work. Then you have your more attacking centre mid on getting the box and cover centre. The holding midfield player you have on stay back and cover centre. Your cam, we're going to have on balanced and getting the box for crosses. Now your wide players, this is where it's slightly different. They're on come back on defence, cut inside, get in behind, get in the box for crosses. Now the reason they're on cut inside is because you want your left back or your right back up the field at exactly the same time. So effectively you're attacking with a flat 5, plus your cam will make your 6th player in and around the box. So that is why we have these on overlap. If they're not on overlap, they're just going to bump into each other, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely set this up the way I have it, and then your strikers on stay central, get in behind and stay forward. Now what happens with, if you have a high work rate or a high-low work rate striker, they will float, as you'll see in my gameplay video. Or if you've watched my gameplay video, you will see that my striker is floating. He is all across the front. He isn't sticking to one position, although he's on stay central. And that is because you have the left wing and the right wing. They're constantly cutting inside and taking up that space. So the striker needs to find space elsewhere. So he will move, which is pretty good in my opinion. So like I say, this is what you'll find. You'll have, sometimes you might even find you'll have 7 players attacking, which is crazy, but it's also ultimately what you want, because you want the goals, and you want to dominate your opponent, and this is the way to do it. So yeah, hit that like button if you like what you see. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's free of charge. It doesn't cost anything. Also, if you hit that notification bell, you'll see when I upload. I'm uploading 3 times a week with different formations, different setups, different types of players I'm using as well. So I'm not just sticking to the elite players. I'm also sticking to the lesser known players as well. So, and also your support is really, really, really appreciated. I cannot emphasize that enough. I do appreciate everybody that's subbed to me so far, especially recently. It means a lot to me. And I hope you've all had a great weekend league, and I'll see you next time for the next one. Take care.